She has 3 animal cruelty cases, Judge. Is she there in the courtroom?
She is.
Okay.
It's not just a no. It's a hell no. Come up, Miss Stewart. Your case is 1,258 days old. You have been given PR bond after PR bond after PR bond after PR bond. It ends today. You should not have been given another PR bond. Stewart, it is 223-3769, one of 3 cruelty to animal cases. I will have you going back, speak to your lawyer now. No more PR bonds. It ends today. She goes with you, please. And then James, do you need the phone number for the holdover?
Yes, Judge. Let me,
Which one?
I'm gonna say 2689.
Okay. 2689.
okay, 2689.
Yeah. If for some reason that doesn't work, just let me know.
Okay. Thank you, Judge.
How do you plead in each of these third-degree felonies, guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty. Guilty.
Hold on, you got a not guilty followed up by a guilty. What's your final answer?
Guilty.
Okay, yeah.
Ready? Come up, Mr. Carrington. How many times has Mr. Carrington missed court here?
His bond paperwork was the 411. It seemed to be like it was an issue, so that's why I made the phone call to his mom and left her a voicemail. And she called back and said they would be able to make it.
Oh, and this is the one, and then he just didn't come.
Yes. So just the one time.
Why did you miss court, Mr. Carrington?
They called my mother yesterday and they said I had court 5. And by the time she told me, I tried to figure out like what building. I ain't know what building it. Like when I got dismissed, they ain't giving no dismissal papers, anything. Stated what court I was supposed to be in. I don't know what
You
case
sign
number.
and they give you paperwork when you're released from jail.
No, but that was for court 177. That was for my felony, I guess.
No, it's for your misdemeanor.
But I tried to call yesterday in the morning.
Your case with me is 6 months old. I see that he just had an aggravated assault that was dismissed as well, huh?
Correct. Let me know if you see, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Mr. Carrington, you now stand charged with criminal mischief. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present during questions and interviews with the state detective. If you cannot afford a lawyer, the lawyer will be appointed to represent you, sir.
Yes, sir.
On March 5th, 2023, complainant stated that her and the defendant were at 8114 Forest Point Drive. And complainant asked defendant to bring her phone. Defendant stated he didn't have it. Complainant found the phone in the defendant's room and confronted defendant about it, which led to an argument. Defendant stated he was going to break complainant's window and proceeded to break the complainant's Nissan car window, which cost approximately $200 for damage to fix.
Was this, what was the complaining witness's name?
Kenna Green?
Is this the same one from the aggravated assault?
No, Judge.
Mr. Carrington, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have any contact with the complaining witness in this case and not to be in possession of any weapons. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What is your question, sir?
That's my mother, and I already had paid her back for the window, so.
Okay, don't say anything. You have the right to remain silent. Exercise that right. Because everything that you say, they're going to sit there and type for you. Type it and use it against you. How old are you?
18.
What do you do for a living?
So I was working at Cosmic Air before I got in custody on the 11th.
At where?
Cosmic Air is a trampoline park in Omaha. But recently I couldn't make it, so they let me go or whatnot. But I tried to tell them I was in jail, but they wouldn't.
So what are you doing now?
Just going to school.
Where do you go to school?
Nimitz High School.
You're in high school.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Carrington, I will reinstate your bond today. This is the only get out of jail free card that you're going to get from me. You will not get another one. If you pick up a new case, you violate conditions, or you do something to get arrested, I don't care what your excuse is. I will put you in jail in a heartbeat. Did you see how many people I put in jail today? Did you see it?
Yes, sir.
Don't let this be you. This is the only warning you're going to get. You understand?
Yes, sir.
I will give you a lawyer today so that there's no excuse. If you have any questions, talk with the lawyer and then we'll figure it out for you. But I don't want you to get in any more trouble.
Sure.
And especially above all else, no weapons. Do you understand? Do you mind reaching out to the Mac, please, for Mr. Carrington? I'm going to have you now go to Victoria. We're going to have you sign a receipt. After that, I'm going to have you take a seat in the jury box while I get your bond conditions. Do not leave until you sign them. And then I'll have you speak to a lawyer today as well. All right?
Sure.
Please.
But the felony's going.
Hey, Mr. Stryker. Me too.
Touche.
Mm-mm. 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 Mm-mm.
Misdemeanor, no control over the felony. It's just the misdemeanors.
Miss Williams, let's go through this. In June of 22, you had an interference that dismissed. In September of 2022, you had an injury to a child dismissed. In September of 23, an aggravated assault against a family member dismissed. Pursuant to that, you pled to a robbery and they put you on a probation for a robbery case. Since that time, you've now picked up in January of this year, a failure to stop being information. We gave you a bond, you got out. And now you've picked up another 2 cases. You picked up an evading arrest and a failure to identify oneself to a peace officer. Let's go through those. Do you mind going through probable cause on the 2 newest cases, please?
Yes, Your Honor. So on these cases, on April 13, 2024, officers were dispatched to an assault in Harris County, Texas. Officers arrived and observed a large crowd of people in the parking lot. Officer observed defendant to be walking away from the scene. Officer told defendant to stay at the location. Officer then spoke to an individual who stated two girls jumped her, and she has video of it. Complainant pointed out the defendant and stated she is one of the girls who jumped her. Defendant began to walk away again. Officer told defendant to stop, and defendant began running away from the officer. Officer chased defendant. Defendant ran 100 feet before being caught. Defendant then gave the name of her sister. A JVC officer read the defendant's prints that came back to the defendant. The warrant for arrest for the FSGI.
So she had the warrant out.
She had
for
a
the
warrant, I believe, for the.
Let me look at the dims just to be sure which warrant we're talking about. It's going to be warrant out from Judge Nelson's court in the 42nd.
Yes. So she picked up the FSGI. They subsequently filed the motion to adjudicate.
Got it.
That
Okay.
was the warrant that was issued. That was.
So here's what we're gonna do. I am now revoking your bond on the failure to stop and give information. And they gave you 2 PR bonds on your 2 newest cases. I don't think so. I'm now revoking those PR bonds as well, and I'm gonna raise those up as well. And I'm gonna tell you, if you do get out again, I'm gonna order you under home confinement. Because when you get out, nothing good happens. You understand, Ms. Williams? The only thing we want are streets to be safe. And does that happen? Okay, so,
It's not saying you're guilty of them, okay? And we're just saying we have right to a jury trial. We have to, it's just a matter of, the judge wants to make sure that you're safe and that everyone is safe if you get out, okay?
no,
All right.
the problem, Ms. Williams, is that you're on bond or on probation for a very serious robbery case where people go to prison for 20 years. The only thing we ask you to do is behave yourself. And when you put yourself in a situation where it's inevitable that bad things are going to happen,
And Judge, I would like to say that Judge Deeding and Matilda ID, again, we're not conceding that they happen. We're just, but they are moments of being scared, Judge. And just, she's not out there.
I don't know. It sounds to me like she's not charged with another assault.
And again, Judge, it's just,
I mean-
she's not there stealing or anything else. It's some intentional thing. It is in the moment, it's obviously she's scared and she maybe makes a decision that she shouldn't make. But we'll look at the evidence, Judge, and approach it.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you, Judge.
Yeah, for sure. So for now, I'm going to set all the bonds at 5,003,
Yes, Judge.
and then we'll go from there, man.
We'll reapproach it. We'll get some more information, Judge.
Sure.
As well as when we get some information on the felony.
They're not
Thank you,
going to
Judge.
file any new cases, are they? In the assault or anything?
That's unknown right now, but Your Honor, I think for now, the charges are just going to stay at this.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thanks, guys.
¿Qué tal? Solo mira el juez y le contestan en español.
We have you.
¿Cuál es su nombre, señor?
Antonio Vergara.
Ok, solo mira para allá. Antonio Vergara.
Vergara.
Your Honor.
Is it
Page
River?
27, we like boy.
Got it.
Vergara.
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 Ah, era ese Vergara.
Yeah. I think it's
Are we doing a plea, Marjorie?
Yes, Your Honor.
What time are we looking at?
21 days.
Okay.
Mr. Belgada, you're charged with burglary of a vehicle. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You've worked out an agreement where they're offering you 21 days in jail with credit for the 22 days that you've done. You were giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, you can never change this. You understand?
Señor.
Sí.
Ya.
From now on, if you pick up any future cases, you will be facing a minimum of 90 days in jail. You must also understand that if you continue to pick up these burglary of a motor vehicle cases, they can use these to enhance you to a felony. And then you will be looking at serious time in prison. Not only that, you live in Texas. You mess with the wrong person, they're going to shoot you dead, like it happened 2 weeks ago.
Nos pasó hace 2 semanas.
Do you understand?
¿Entendió, señor?
Yes.
How do you plead to the offense, sir?
Ofensa. Solo míralo, a él le dije, no me mira a mí, escuche muy bien. Guilty.
Find you guilty. I will follow the agreement.
De acuerdo, claro.
Good luck to you, sir.
Diga lo que quiera.
Okay, señor, entonces.
That's it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thanks, Margaret.